Yogeshwar 7000 again, and I'm back on my series on Rahu Transit 2017. I apologize, I should have covered this during the earlier part of August, but I'm doing it, a few weeks late. But this is a long transit, so I know I'm about a couple of weeks late, but we can still discuss, because it's going to be, this transit will going to be there for the next 18 months. So this transit is about the planet Rahu, which has transited from the zodiac sign of Leo into Cancer on August the 18th 2017, and it is going to be staying there for another 18 months or so. Okay, so, and it's a very important transit. Why? Because Rahu is a major malefic, the malefic of the malefics, and it affects pretty much all of us, and secondly, it's a long transit for 18 months. So today we'll be talking about the transit of Rahu, how it is going to affect the moon sign of Pisces, or people with the moon sign of Pisces. Okay, so if you look at the screen here, you see number 12 mentioned, where the ascendant is, or the first house. So please do not get confused by this, because we are not considering transits from the ascendant. We'll be considering transits from the moon sign. So look at your birth chart, your natal birth chart, and in case your moon is placed where number 12 is written, which is the 12th zodiac sign, which represents the zodiac sign of Pisces, then this video is for you. Because transits, as per the ancient astrological scriptures, should be taken or considered from the moon sign and not from the ascendant. However, some astrologers are of the opinion that you can consider transits from the ascendant as well, and I'm not going to dispute with them, but there are no guarantees. What the ancient astrological scriptures say, that transits, or gochara as it's called in Sanskrit, should be considered from the moon sign only. So what will be the effects of moon for Pisces? What will be the effects of Rahu for Pisces moon sign people is that the current Rahu transit into the zodiac sign of Cancer will mean that Rahu will be transiting in your 5th house. Okay, so I do not have great news for you, because the 5th house is a house of enjoyment, pleasures. It's a Lakshmi sthana as well, which denotes money, and of course, more importantly and primarily, it's for children. Okay, and any kind of pleasures and happiness. So that is what it is going to be. And you had a great time, not a great time, but overall a good time in the last transit of 18 months when Rahu was in the zodiac sign of Leo, and now it is going to be a bit challenging for you, because it's going to be moving into your 5th house for Pisces moon sign people. So children are going to be affected as far as their health is concerned, as far as their progress in school is concerned, for people who have children, school-going children, and for people who have children who are already in their professional lives. That also would be a challenge as far as their children are concerned in terms of their professional lives. Now, we are all connected with each other, we know that, and that's the reason parents' birth charts can affect children's birth charts, children's birth charts can affect parents' birth charts. We are all connected. We can affect, our birth charts can affect our spouses, the spouse's birth chart can affect us. So we are all connected in that universe. So that's the reason why I'm saying that there may be challenges felt by people as far as their children are concerned for Pisces moon sign people. Okay, so that will be. Now, as far as the relationship with their children is concerned, so when we are seeing that there could be challenges related to their health, related to their professional life or their educational pursuits. But at the same time, other than health and profession and education, you could have a challenging time relating to your children, you know, the relationship with their children. That also has to be taken into consideration in the next 18 months. Okay, so this is overall not a good period of time. Any kind of a pleasure activity should not be undertaken. Any kind of a business activity should not be taken, because of the fact that 5th house is a Lakshmi sthana as well, so it can adversely affect your finances in a big way. Okay, so this is not a great time for Pisces moon sign people for the next 12 months. Now, having said that, Ketu also has moved along with Rahu from the 12th house into the 11th house, and fortunately for you, Ketu's placement in the 11th house from the natal moon is not all that bad. As a matter of fact, it is good. So many of the challenges which you will feel by the transit of Rahu into the 5th house will be balanced by Ketu's transit into the 11th house, because the 11th house represents incomes, gains, fulfillment of desires, friends, so on and so forth. So do not be overly concerned. However, I would say that Rahu's transit is going to overrule mainly the Ketu's positive impact, so you should be extremely careful as far as this transit is concerned, but nothing to worry. Why? Because Ketu, which is right opposite to it, is sitting in the 11th house from your natal moon. Okay, so that's one. However, at the same time, as far as Rahu is concerned, you should be very careful as far as the health of your parents is concerned as well. Okay, or any kind of a religious activity which you may be planning can be put off, or you should put it off, or any kind of a pilgrimage which you may have been planning can be put off, because it may not be that successful. You know, there could be hindrances to it and you may not be able to perform it the way you would like to. So put it off for a little while, for another 18 months or so. Also, the health of the person, which is other than the children which we have discussed, your own health for Pisces moon sign people, it can also be adversely affected. Okay, the first primary problem will be with children, but at the same time, you know, you should not undertake any major pilgrimages, or you could have problems related to your parents, especially your father. Related to your father, there could be a challenge, not just both parents, but specifically to your father, and also your own particularly your own health as well has to be taken into consideration. So make sure you eat well, you know, you do your exercises, and do not overstrain yourself, and you know, do not try to take any kind of a mental stress. Try to be as relaxed as possible. That's my recommendation for people with Pisces moon sign for the next 18 months, starting August the 18th, 2017. Okay, also there could be some challenges related to your relationship with your spouse as well, and sometimes the spouse's health. There could be some kind of a problem related to the spouse's health or your relationship with the spouse. That also has to be taken into consideration in this particular transit for Rahu and Ketu axis. So overall, I would say it is not a good transit at all, but at the same time, I always keep mentioning in my videos that not to worry. Why? Because you know, other than these two planets, Rahu and Ketu, there are other 7 planets as well, and in case those transits are positive for you, then many of the negative impact of this transit may not be felt that strongly, I would say. Okay, so do not overly worry. Look at the other transits. If they are kind of positive, then you know, you don't have to worry a lot. But in case those are negative, then you're in a double negative impact. And then there are remedies, of course. You know, you can go and consult a Vedic astrologer based on your birth chart. Do not kind of perform general remedies which you see on the internet. You know, go to a good Vedic astrologer and try to, you know, see your birth chart, your natal birth chart, and get it analyzed and see how this transit is affecting you in specific to your birth chart, and then the astrologer can prescribe some remedies for you. And in case you cannot go to a Vedic astrologer, at least go to your local temple priest, because they also have knowledge on astrology, and they'll be able to look at your birth chart and give you some remedies as far as this transit is concerned, how it's affecting you. In case there is a double negative impact, that this is a negative, this Rahu transit is a negative period for you for the next 18 months, and at the same time the other transits of the other 7 planets are also negatively impacting your birth chart, then of course remedies are definitely required. So that's one. Also look at your dashas, your operating periods of other planets, and in case those are positive for you, then you don't have to worry as much. In case those are negative for you, then again it's a negative impact, and then perform remedies based on that. You know, the good thing about Vedic astrology is that it prescribes remedies as well for problems related to the transits of planets, or the planets operating in your birth chart as per the dasha system, and in your birth chart in general. So you know, that's the good thing about Vedic astrology as compared to Western astrology. So perform remedies. It's pretty straightforward. You know, it's not a great time. I'll tell that to you again. You know, do not enter into any kind of a business venture. Do not enter into a new change in job. Do not invest money. Take care of your good health, especially take care of the health of your children and your father as well. Okay, and relationship with your spouse has to be taken into consideration, you know, and also her health as well. So overall, not a great time, but like I mentioned, you know, look at the other transits and the dashas. And dashas especially, I keep mentioning that look at the nakshatra dasha system and also the rashi dasha system, because both are equally important. Many a times astrologers make this mistake of ignoring the rashi dashas, which should not be ignored because they are very important dasha system as well. You know, they can give you a good indication based on the rashis or the zodiac signs as to what will be the operating periods and how they are going to affect you, whether positively or negatively. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed this video on Rahu transit 2017 for Pisces moon sign people, and in the meanwhile I will recommend subscribe to my channel, check out my website, and and then I will see you with an interesting topic in Vedic astrology in my next session very soon. Goodbye.